I love it.
It's actually really cool.
Got the manuscript at the bottom, and it is inspired. Oh, sorry, I'm not talking to the mic. It is inspired by, obviously, impressionistic art style. So definitely check it out. And also, as always, check out Two Set Academy for some very exciting educational projects that we have coming up.
Sweet. Thank you guys so much for support. I know we haven't had merch and apparel for a while now, but thank you for waiting.
Yes.
Actually, we had many designers. We worked on it with many designers on this whole collection. Super proud of it. If you guys want a memory piece of the World Tour, go check it out.
So, yeah, I wanted to talk about World Tour. I wrote down some thoughts, some questions I want to talk about, but I don't know. I guess to start off, did you have a favorite country? Because actually, we did 30. How many did we do? 38 or 39 concerts?
38 or 30? I can't remember. Almost 40. It was so close.
Yeah, I know. I should have added 2 more in.
Yeah.
I think we have a virtual tour concert, right?
Yes. Okay. Then we have 40 now. Woo!
Is it 2?
We're doing 3.
41.
Yeah,
but, okay, whatever. But 38 live concerts. Do you remember the gigs? Spit them out. All the cities off the top of your head.
Oh, okay. Just testing my kind of memory and timer. First one, Hong Kong, Helsinki. You can't think for me? I'm just
okay.
Hong Kong, Helsinki, London.
Wait. Yeah, you're right.
Hong Kong, Helsinki, London, Berlin.
No, you missed one already.
Hong Kong, Helsinki, London.
There's another Scandinavian one.
Yeah, but that's the second trip. I'm linearly.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking.
Okay, so
actually, Brett's got really good time memory. It's like a super skill he has. Like, if I ask him, what did we do in January 2022? He probably could tell me.
I can't actually. Well, yeah, I can. But okay, anyway.
Whoa,
I was saying.
Where were we in January 2022?
Well, we're preparing for the music video.
I couldn't tell if you're right or wrong because I forgot.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
So
okay, sorry again.
Hong Kong, Helsinki, London, Berlin, Montreal. Then we went to what's the city there? Montreal, Toronto. We did 2 there, and then 2 in Vancouver.
Wait, sorry. Hong Kong, Helsinki,
London,
Berlin,
Montreal.
2
in Toronto and 2 in Vancouver.
Yes, okay.
So we had a mini break. Then we went out again.
Yes.
Then this time was to the States.
Oh, okay. Here you go. We did 10 or 9 in the States.
10. I think we did 10. Let's see if it's 10. So then it became. The first one in the States was New York.
New York,
okay. But I remember the energy was cool.
I remember there's a scene where I laid down.
Yeah, and
I almost fell asleep, passed out because it was jet lag.
So jet lag. It was New York, Philadelphia, Washington. Then we kind of skipped to like Houston.
Wait a second. New York, Philadelphia,
Washington,
Houston,
Atlanta, Boston. Then we went to Chicago.
Yes.
Then we went to San Francisco, LA, San Francisco,
LA.
Seattle.
Correct. So 19.
Yeah.
Now.
Those 9 shows, right? Was that 10?
I think it was 10, right?
10, okay.
I say it again.
New York, Philadelphia, Washington, Houston, Atlanta,
Chicago,
Boston, Chicago. Yes, it's 3. 10.
Yeah, 10.
Seattle,
So
LA.
19.
So it's 19. And then after that we did. Okay, so we went to Perth, Melbourne.
Australia, of course.
Yeah. Australia, Perth, Melbourne, Sydney. Opera House, I remember. Sydney Opera House.
Sick.
That was so cool. Melbourne and Sydney. That was good. Perth concert was sick. And then everyone's like stomping. And then we did Brisbane.
Yeah.
Then we did Auckland. And then we did 2 in Singapore.
Yes. Funny story about Brisbane show. I'll share later. But yeah, let's keep going.
How many is that now?
26.
26. Okay, then that was that done. Once that was done, we did Europe again.
Yeah.
Because we realized the first trip was too short for Europe tour. We went to Copenhagen first.
That's right. I forgot.
And then we did Amsterdam. We went Copenhagen, then went to Oslo.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
Oslo. And then we went to.
Oslo had a really nice hotel. That's what I remembered.
Oh, it was so nice.
Right?
Oh my God. And then went to Amsterdam and also Munich.
Yes. Munich. I barely remember Munich.
We surprised you with happy birthday. The audience.
I remember that, but I'm just thinking about the city. Sorry. When you talk so much, like, my brain can't remember what. It's a blur. What did
Munich,
Munich
we're hanging out
look
with Kana.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah. Do you remember? Yeah.
Yeah, I went to that kind of touristy area.
Yeah, and then. I mean, this happens quite often, but I remember.
There are a lot of musicians in Munich, right?
Yeah, a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
And also, this is the first time. Not the first time. It happened a few times, but it's more recent. So I remember where a fan actually gave us bubble tea. A fan that worked in the hotel. Yeah, so it was pretty
and
cool.
Munich had, for my perspective, for European standards, pretty good Asian food.
Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
True. But that's a whole another topic. But that's so true. Okay, then after that, we went to. Okay, that was that. That was it.
Munich, yeah.
Then we did more of Asia because we did Singapore twice already, right? So then we did 2 more in Hong Kong.
Did 1, 3, 2, yep.
Because so many fans in Hong Kong's. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lei ho. I'm not going to say that line. And then we did 1 in Guangzhou, 1 in Shanghai, one in Beijing, and
Beijing.
then one in Malaysia.
Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
It's only 36.
Really?
I thought it was the 38.
Oh, I forgot Kaohsiung.
Of course, Kaohsiung. But we did
Yes.
one.
Kaohsiung's kind of like, oh, okay, because it was like a one-off thing, one
Yeah.
show in Kaohsiung. So
There's
it's
one
37.
more. No, I swear it was 38. We're missing one. We forgot one.
Are we missing one?
We counted it with Sophie. I remember Sophie said 38. Which one are we missing?
Oh no, this could be really bad. Oh no.
Oops.
What are we?
Amsterdam, Norway, Copenhagen.
You said Oslo, right? I said Oslo. We got London, Helsinki, Berlin.
Whatever. This is a podcast. I'm not gonna.
That means no, if it's 37, that means we got to 40 with the 3 video on demand streams.
Well, then it would have been 40.
40. Woo!
Woo!
We've done 40.
Did we miss one? No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Do you count all? Or maybe I just miscounted. Just
No, I don't think so. I mean,
10 in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
that sounds all right.
Cool. Yeah. What was your? Sorry for the long intro, but what was your favorite city? Both in terms of the city itself, and then in terms of the performance.
Oh, that's a good one. But how are we measuring our favorite city? Like food, sightseeing?
Well, let's separate them. What's your favorite city for food?
Hong Kong. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think Hong Kong's pretty good.
Yeah.
That
Hong
one
Kong.
sticks out, really.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Hong Kong is pretty good. To be
Dude,
honest.
that dim sum.
Oh, the dim sums, the tarts they have.
Oh,
And just like, I think in general, I know in our previous car park, we talked like the baseline for the violin playing.
Yeah.
Just Hong Kong's baseline for food is so good.
mm-hmm.
Like you want Italian, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll do it better than, no, I'm joking. I'm not gonna say that. But like they will do a very good job of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
all cuisines
all
are
cuisines,
decent.
they're all decent. They don't drop.
Yeah.
They don't drop the ball on any of them.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, but okay, let's just go overall, right? I feel like, it's so hard to say. I actually don't know, but I'll tell you kind of ones I thought that stuck out. Copenhagen surprised me. Like,
Yeah?
I thought it was much better than I imagined to be.
Is it bad that I don't remember?
No,
I remember we visited some.
it was so cold. Everyone went out running,
Yes, I remember.
and people were like jumping in a lake. It was kind of cool.
I almost froze to death.
Yeah, it was so cold.
We underestimated the European winter. Was it even winter? I don't think so.
It was no, it wasn't. It was like after winter.
It was our spring, but it was still freaking
It
cold.
was so cold. It
Yeah.
was freaking cold. I can't believe we thought it'd be a good idea to go outside and run, but it was like
Yeah.
frostbites, whatever. Yeah, Copenhagen stuck out to me.
The Fish Wharf area was pretty cool, right?
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really
that
cool,
was
and
nice.
it's just nice. And actually, Seattle was kind of nice too.
Mm.
Surprisingly, like
Mm.
I'm not saying it's bad. Like I'm just saying, I was kind of pleasantly surprised by Seattle.
Yeah, I like Seattle.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, also it's hard to say because it depends on the places we've been to in the city. Some cities we don't get time.
Yeah.
We just literally go out to plane, go to hotel, perform, come back to hotel, sleep, catch up on all the sleep we can,
Yeah.
and then go.
I mean, if you think about it, right, like you fly in that one day, you go crash at the hotel, you're tired, you sleep, the next day you perform, and the day after you fly again.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, and trying to like do work and all those in between, right?
Yeah.
Practice. So, but
I enjoyed Vancouver.
Vancouver was nice.
Yeah, I like I know you hated it, the bridge, the Capilano suspension
Oh my
bridge.
God,
It was a little bit scary. If you think about it, it's just like, how often do they do engineering maintenance on this thing? And there's like 50 people on the bridge and little kids like jumping up and
I
down.
was terrified. I
But-
mean, I remember,
I thought it was fun.
yeah, like our team, they're just laughing at me.
Yeah.
They're like, ah, Brett, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm taking her on like a school trip.
Yeah. I mean, I think the food in Vancouver is nice as well.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Actually, I remember it was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Like the random like Uber Eats we had backstage in Vancouver was so good.
What do we have? Oh, yeah,
The
the
Tony's
Tony's
Bento, right?
Bento. Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree, Copenhagen's quite nice. It's just too cold.
It's too cold. I mean, of course, there's some that's just a given, like Australian cities. Like,
True.
we just, you know what I mean? And like Singapore, we know quite
Yeah.
well. So I'm kind of judging it based off my impression there. You know,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Because we've been in those Australian cities more often. So.
Yeah. What about your favorite city performance wise?
What sticks out was Amsterdam, Hong Kong. Hong Kong was crazy.
Yeah.
When I think just the energy of Hong Kong for all 3 shows was off the charts.
Mm.
Actually, I'd say though, as a country, USA overall, the energy was incredible.
Yes.
I remember New York. It was still early on in our show, so the show was kind of still developing, right? And
Yeah.
we're getting used to it, getting hanging. We were so jet lagged, but the energy in the room was like, it was like 2,000 something people. Just that was really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I think people in the States are generally, my impression, much more
enthusiastic.
enthusiastic, passionate, and extroverted. Just the
Yeah,
energy,
yeah, yeah.
right?
I love it. I love it. Like they're passionate. And they're really just passionate about.
We always
being-
joke, like when we fly to the United States, people always just strike up conversations on the plane.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, what's that in that box you're carrying? Oh, yeah, it's a violin. And it's people like chat a lot.
Yeah, they chat
right?
a lot. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
extroverted. I like it.
Yeah, I feel like as a country, USA energy is unmatched.
Mm.
But in terms of just city specific, the ones I remember were Hong Kong, Amsterdam.
What happened in Amsterdam? I forgot.
Amsterdam, there's just so many things. I feel like, and it was interesting, the Amsterdam crowd was, I don't know, everyone, just the energy felt, I can't remember. There was just so many things. I feel like by the time we went to Amsterdam, we really felt the groove as well.
Hmm.
We're just really into it.
One that stuck out to me was A few actually. The Berlin was crazy.
Oh yeah, Berlin was crazy. So I mean, so many things happened.
Let's
We can
talk
talk about
Berlin.
that. Okay. Yeah, you can start.
So first of all, we're performing in where like the Berlin Phil is basically that's their hall, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like a famous Pentagon hall where like people are 360 around you and kind of above. The acoustics is so beautiful for like classical instruments. And it's just like such a prestigious hall. And the crowd went wild.
Yeah.
Right. So towards the end, everyone started throwing gifts because they were 360 and above. So everyone kind of had access. And then everyone was just raining presents and gifts down to the stage as we were kind of taking our bows. This one, we just see in the corner of the eye, this like black thing fall on the stage. So what is it? And turned out it was someone threw their bra
That's so crazy.
on the stage. And then
can I just say, I was like, it's crazy enough to have a bra from on stage. And to be honest, I didn't know how to react to it. And not just that, it was also in one of the most prestigious concert halls in the world. So kind of that polar opposites happening at the same time was really bizarre.
I remember backstage, the people working there were like, I've worked here for 25 years and I've never seen that happen here.
They were just like, and I think you can tell when we see the people backstage, they get really excited.
Yeah.
Like, these guys were like, we've never seen this before
in
my whole career here. I'm like, me too. We've never seen this before. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But it's pretty funny. I remember the bra landed on stage. I think you knew what I was thinking already. I mean, there's videos online probably. In my mind, I was thinking, well, I already looked at it. Everyone knew I looked at it, so I had to pick it up. And the first thing I was thinking was, I'm going to chase Eddie down with it.
Oh, man.
And there's videos of your reaction. Like, you flinched. You knew I was going to, like, throw it on you.
Yeah. Because he's always like, I don't know, like, even back in the day, if Brett like killed a cockroach and picked up, he just did this and like shoved a dead cockroach in my face. And so I'm just like, I don't know, my body muscle reflex at that point just knew to run.
So, oh no. Because what am I going to do after I pick up throw it back? No, I'm just going to take it.
Yeah.
No, you're there, so I'm going to.
That's crazy. Like, you see, I mean, I guess that type of thing happens at rock concerts, but you don't really get that in a classical concert.
I don't think it ever happens.
Yeah, so Berlin really stuck out to me. Berlin was also crazy because due to the nature of the hall, we couldn't really get a projector screen, right?
True.
So most of our concerts, there was a projector where part of the plot was, the adjudicator from the academy. But we couldn't. So we had to kind of brainstorm, and we ended up having a good friend of us who played and acted the role of the adjudicator.
Oh, so
and it was almost like a play or theater.
Yeah.
There's one part where we play like Mussorgsky. It's like this dramatic music, and he descends from where the audience is and comes down.
Yeah, something like Mussorgsky or something. I can't remember. Yeah, but
so it was really stressful, but epic at the same time.
Crazy because we were literally trying to figure out the week before. Like, I mean, it's all planned, but it's like this was so unique in the situation.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing that happened. Everything's happened in Berlin. I cut my finger.
Oh.
I actually sliced it. I mean, it sounds really bad, but I full on sliced it. Like, so this was early on in our tour, and I don't think the scars were kind of there. Not actually, not much. You can't see it now, but it's still there. I can see it. It's been like a year. But so there's a part in our show where we do the wheel of death. We spin the wheel, and when you hold the wheel, we always give it to a fan that's in front row to give it opportunity to spin the wheel inside our fate.
So for some context, in this part of the show, we have 12 concertos written on a wheel, and whatever the wheel lands on, we have to play that concerto.
Yes.
On that day.
Yeah. And so it was my turn. I was holding the wheel. Now, the way I was holding the wheel was where the problem started. Oh my God. Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
It's just like, so when you hold the wheel's round, right? But behind at the back, there's like a round circle that protrudes out a bit.
Yeah, like
right?
a metal thing.
Metal. Oh, it's actually just plastic.
Oh, really?
But it's very sharp, right? It's just because it's just very sharp. It's like, just, like a plastic container on the corner. If you break it, it's just sharp, right? So around is very sharp. And silly me, I was holding it where my thumb was on that plastic wheel, just on the edge. So when the person spun it, I remember, because there's so much adrenaline, I remember, I was like, why is it not spinning as I thought it would? But with the amount of force the fan did to the wheel, it should have spun a lot more. Because it stopped because it was like, it should be I was like, what? And I felt at that point, it just sliced my thumb. And I mean, there's so much adrenaline, I didn't feel it at first.
Yeah.
But as we kind of, I put the wheel down, and I was like, what happened? I look at my thumb, I was like, oh no. But I have to keep going, right? So as I was playing the concerto, I could see like every upper, the blood is like started, it was like a deep cut, but the skin was still on, so it's stopping the blood from coming out. So I'm going to...
No, I still remember seeing there was some blood like dripping down your hand. Right?
Yeah, it's like it started coming out. I was like, oh my God, I don't want people seeing this. It's so bad.
It was kind of badass if you think about it now. I mean, it's scary and terrifying, but...
Yeah, I just kept playing. I had to keep playing because the show had to go on.
Yeah, imagine seeing a movie though, and someone's like filming, it's like John Wick, and just blood dripping down your hand, and it's like, da, 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 like, gotta get it out.
I was panicking. And then I remember that day, Sophie was like, you play really fast. I'm like, yeah, I played really fast. Adrenaline was, I was like, oh, everything was running. I was like freaking out. And I went off stage, and I was lucky there was someone back there, and I was like, guys, first aid kits. Because I was holding on for a while. Anyway, so, and then I don't know if the Berlin audience remembers, they waited a while.
Yeah.
I never really explained. I should have, but as I was putting out, the show kind of just went on pause for a second because I was putting a Band-Aid on and just trying to keep going. Anyway, that was Berlin.
Crazy. Yeah. What other things kind of went wrong? Okay, so I'm thinking Brisbane.
Oh, yes, that's very much.
So we're filming a video in Australia, and it's just so stupid. Like, I was like grabbing camera gear and bags and all that, and I went to grab my violin case. Rookie mistake, but I didn't clip on my case properly. So when I pulled it up, it kind of tipped over, and thankfully I kind of caught it, but it didn't knock against the chair that I was on.
Yeah. Oh, so bad.
And I was like, it wasn't the worst drop, but it was like I heard the knock, and I was like, and I played, and I could tell immediately the sound.
Something went wrong. Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. But then I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe it's not that bad. I don't know why I thought this. I was just trying to convince myself it wasn't that bad. But the next day, on the concert in soundcheck.
Soundcheck was like, context was like 4 p.m. Concert starts at 7:30 p.m.
Yeah. And everyone was just like, dude, your violin, what happened to it? Sounds like a cardboard box.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, oh crap. So then we decided to call up Olaf last minute. And I'm like, dude, are you free? Like, please come on. And he said, yeah, just come swing by to my place. Took an Uber, got there. It was like 4:35 p.m.
But I reckon it'd be like 5.
Yeah.
Just after 5 by then.
Yeah. And they checked it, and turned out, it actually wasn't the knock that was the problem, but turned out another part of my violin, the seam had gotten open. So that's something that kind of can happen with violins, especially just with like humidity, or sometimes like a knock can cause it to just open. But the where the top plate and the side ribs are meant to be glued, part of it had kind of come loose. And obviously that means a lot of the vibrations getting lost. And so he's like, look, if you leave it with me here, I can like glue it back, clamp it, and then I can like, it needs to be kept on as long as possible, and then I'll give it back to you at like 7:15. I'm like, no way, we're starting 7:30.
Yeah.
Can't, like, what if the traffic or something messed up? And it's just like, Olive being like a legend, he just go, how about this then? I'll glue it on, and then I'll bring the violin with all the gear settling to the backstage and let it dry as long as possible. And so that's what we did.
I remember it was so cool. Olive was backstage, and it was just your violin had like these the
clamps,
clamps on that side.
Yeah. And then we let it out. I literally just had like 10 minutes to warm up, and it worked. It was better, thankfully. But I think looking back, it still needed some time to settle, because after like 3 days, then my violin started sounding a lot more full. And so that concert, I was just psychologically, I was just freaking out.
100%. They'll play psychological game, especially a musician performing. If you guys know, like, if you know something is wrong, it's just like Queen Elizabeth stuff. It's just that level. It's just, I mean, it's not that level, but performing still is like it's psychologically like damaging.
Yeah.
Also, another one in Brisbane is our mic broke.
Oh yeah,
Eddie's mic broke.
Yeah,
so
everything was going wrong with mine.
Eddie's